Hi, my name is Mara. This is my self-converted camper van. I'm currently in the south of Spain vlogging my travels, doing something a little bit different today and showing you a tour of my van.
Hey guys, so let's just start with what it is. It's a 2007 Mercedes Sprinter van, long wheelbase, high roof, and it's very high mileage at the moment. It's on like about 240,000 miles. It was the cheapest Sprinter van I could find on the market at £1,800. The bodywork was very tacky, it was silver, so I did roller paint it with some metal fence paint and a roller brush, and that was about under £100 to do, so still pretty cheap. I also painted the bottom to sort of cover the rust that we had and hopefully stop it like getting worse. I added some black lights to sort of blend in and make it look a bit more stealthy. The only other things I added to the outside of the van were my sliding window on the sliding door, the back window, and there's another sort of sliding window on the other side. This isn't part of the van tour. Okay, so the whole thing we wanted to do is do this van on a budget, make it completely livable. Oh, she's coming back. Do you want to do the van tour with me? So the things that we wanted to do, oh, belly rubs. So the things we wanted to do was make it completely livable on a budget and have everything we need so that we don't need to do anything else anywhere else. Not having to have showers anywhere or go to the bathroom anywhere, not having to hook up electricity wherever we go. So basically have it all self-contained. The only other thing I added to the outside of the van are some van upgrades. So I upgraded the leaf springs because they actually broke. I added some heavy duty leaf springs and some heavy duty shocks as well. I also added a sun strip to the front of the van because when you're in hot countries, sometimes the visors don't really do the job properly. I'm gonna start by showing you the back. Let's go to the garage space. So this is the garage space. This holds everything I can't store anywhere else. It also houses my electrics, my gas bottle and my water tanks. So the water tanks, originally I had 150 litres, but I felt like it wasn't enough to stay off grid for a long period of time. With this tank I could only probably stay up to a week, pushing a week and a half. But I added an extra 100 litres, so altogether I've got 250 litres in the back, and I can stay off grid up to about two and a half weeks. And the reason why I also added extra water, by the way, is because I was able to stay off grid with the solar and the gas. The water was the only thing letting us down. I've got a 15 kg gas bottle over here. It's just a standard household gas bottle that I bought from Spain. This lasts me up to about 6 months. I've also got a 300 amp hour lithium battery from Runergy. That has been literally a lifesaver. I used to have 200 amp hour lead acid, but this has worked so much nicer. I'm charging the battery two ways, one through solar. It's 340 watt solar by EcoWorthy. Like, the solar is absolutely perfect for what I need. I could go bigger, but I don't think I need to. And the second way it's charging is from battery to battery. So when I'm driving around, the battery is also getting charged as well. The solar's great for when I'm in countries like Spain where it's really sunny out and I get solar pretty much all day. The battery to battery charger is good for places like England where there's not enough solar. When I'm driving around, it charges the batteries up. I've also got a 2000 watt inverter, and that's used for my water heater, but it's more than enough to power things like my laptop, use my hair straighteners and stuff like that. Other than that, I've just got some extra storage here and my toolkit, some chairs, and if I buy anything else in the future I can just shove it in here. Before I continue on to the next part of this video, I just want to say a quick thank you to my sponsor, me. But all jokes aside, if you want to support me, I have made some candles and they are available to buy up on eBay. I'll put the link in the description down below. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched my videos and subscribed, and I'll let you watch the rest of the video. This is my walkway space. I originally had a bulkhead and 3 seats, but I removed the bulkhead and the back of one of the seats, and originally had a box here for the laundry, but I decided to remove it because when I'm in like cities or built up areas and I don't want people to know I'm a camper van, this is my way in and out, so I decided to remove it to make it easy access, although the occasional bump on the head from this. So under this seat there was a bit of dead space, so I ended up putting the diesel heater in there. It's out the way, but the only thing I would say with this is that it takes ages to get to the back where we're sleeping. I probably might move it to under the bed in future. I've got 2 hooks over here for my towels. I put this shelf in here so that I could put all my extra stuff in here. It's worked out to be like one of the best storage spaces we have in this van. Everything's out the way, although like I said, I do bump my head on this a few times. So I would say this shower setup is the best shower setup I've ever had. I've got a push button on a timer, and I've got a small gym shower head. I've got a 6-litre water heater that heats up the water in like 10-15 minutes, so when I just want to have a shower really quickly, I can just switch it on and go. The push button's been a game changer because it really helps with water consumption. I'm able to have like really long showers. The shower head's absolutely perfect because the one that I had before was like one of those rain shower heads. It just was wasting so much water. The hot water ran out so much quicker and I wasn't able to even wash my hair properly in it.
I've got 2 hanging baskets mounted on the wall to put all my toiletries on. My bathroom walls are lined with lino, which is cheap and a great finish. And I have a 70 by 100 shower tray. I've got the separate mini composting toilet. It's definitely worth the money. And a solar powered extractor fan on the ceiling.
And the last thing on this shower that I really love is the roller blind. It's self-cleaning. I had it custom made by a UK company. It's super sleek and it's so much better than having like a curtain. I find that when I'm in here, it feels like a different room. I added the shower rack into my bathroom because sometimes if I need to clean one thing, I can just do it in my sink and hang it up. Or for like swimwear, it's just an easy place to dry things. So this is my kitchen area. When I say it's my favourite area, I've already said the bathroom is. I'll start over here. I have a 2-burner hob with an oven. It literally has made cooking so much easier. I run it on butane and the gas bottle lasts about 6 months, so it makes it so much less of a stress. So here I just have all of my dishes. So here I have my 50-litre 12-volt fridge freezer. I originally did have 2, but I removed the other one because 1 was enough and it's been perfect. I added in a full-size household sink into my kitchen because here I can double up as a chopping board. I can fit all my dishes in the sink. I can even clean some clothes in here if I need to. So that's why I chose to get a bigger sink and I love it. I added a spice rack here because it was just a lot of dead space and I thought I could add something really cool here. So the spice rack also helped free up some storage from these 2 cupboards down here. I've got a cutlery drawer and I've also got just like a dry food pantry style cupboard. Up here I've got pretty much all of my Tupperwares and teas and stuff like that. I've got a pull-out drawer here with my full-size bin. It just means that I don't have to empty my bin every single day and I can do it a little less frequently. I've got an extra bit of counter space over here. I just use it as a charging area. I have USB chargers and I also have my get ready mirror, which has 2 LED strips down the side so I can see my beautiful face. I'm joking. It has 2 LEDs on a button. Over here I have my cupboard that has 2 levels. This is my side here. Previously I did say that I had 2 fridges. I actually removed one of them and added a set of drawers. And this is when you know you have too many clothes. And at the bottom I also have my 12-volt water heater tucked in there. I have it as close to the shower as possible, so I'm not wasting water when I push and waiting for the hot water to come out. I've got LED lights up here and I've also got an extractor fan which winds down and winds up. I have a button that switches on the fan. So this is my bed. It's a small double memory foam mattress that I literally had to cut a few inches off the end to fit into here. I decided to have this layout because I felt like if I had like sofas, I'd probably just have it laid out anyway. I just wanted the day-to-day to be really easy. I don't want to have to convert my sofa into a bed every single day, so I just had it as a static bed. Over here I have a seating area with pull-out tables. I decided to add it to this van. On my previous medium wheelbase I didn't have enough space to, so I had to eat all my meals either at the front or on my bed, which is pretty gross. This is probably the best thing, and I know I keep saying the best thing about everything in my van, but I honestly thought everything out so carefully. This is the best thing that I could have added into this van. I eat my lunch, dinner, I do my work, and I sit and chill in this area as well. The two seats actually double up as storage. The one thing I didn't mention was the flooring. I've got laminate flooring in this van, and the thing I would say about it is it's a bit heavy, it's super cold. I probably should have put lino in instead. The only other thing I did to this van was I handmade all my curtains so that they were blackout, and I added some fabric to all of the metal areas so that it was a bit warmer in here. And as a full-time van, I definitely think that this isn't the prettiest van, but it definitely is the most functional. And that was the biggest thing that I had on my mind when I was building this van, is I wanted to live in it full-time. I didn't really want any sort of like inconveniences, and I think I've achieved it. That's pretty much it for the van tour. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below and I will answer your questions.
On the next video, I'm going to go back to vlogs. I'm probably going to be in Morocco by then, so don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you then.